Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 1 of Let's Play Empyrion. Empyrion is an awesome new game coming to the market, and it's right now in closed beta, so it's not on Steam yet, but hopefully it'll be on there soon. And it's sort of like Space Engineers and Minecraft had a baby, and well, rather than me trying to explain it, let's try it out. So there's going to be there's multiplayer already. There will be dedicated servers down the road from what I remember. There's survival, which we're going to play, creative mode. You can actually take off and fly into space, things like that, but we won't be doing that for the first few episodes. It'll take us a little while, but we'll get there. That is actually a real planet right there, flying right there. Not flying, but you know. So, but anyways, so when you start off, you've basically crash landed in this escape pod, and it will never fly again. Get that out of your head. And we are going to start out surviving, basically, with the resources that we can get from it and that comes with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out these raw materials that are basically in this one and go over here and place them into this constructor, which is going to be used to construct things, mainly our equipment that we're going to use to build our new base. The next thing we're going to do, well, we might as well empty this out too. There's another cargo container here. Basically all your plant related materials for growing and creating crops and things to get you started. So it's like sort of like a escape pod with some basic survival materials. Another weapon, we already have one, but we'll grab it. Some mining charges, or drill charges they're called. I'll show you later. Purified water. That's for cooking, I believe, right? Yeah, it doesn't give you anything right off the bat. Oxygen generator, which will be important. And the power pack. So we're going to take, just give you an idea, you're running right now. If you look at the bottom here, you got health, food, oxygen, and stamina. Stamina regens when you run around. And well, it doesn't regen when you're running around, but it'll regen after you run around and stand still. And the oxygen is always depleting, as you can see. Food's always depleting. Health doesn't deplete unless, of course, you take damage. And yeah, even on this planet, I'm a little sad by it right now, but on this planet you cannot survive without oxygen. And so you need to manage your oxygen. Basically, you're in a suit of some sort, and here you are. You're in a basically a body armor suit, and you must provide oxygen to stay alive inside of it. So this is a fuel tank, and this is an oxygen tank. These do not produce it or give it to you. They're basically just storage. So we're going to take our energy fuel packs here and put them in here. Now remember, this is just storage. This is where it stores it. There's a generator on top. You can see it poking right there. That is what actually produces the power itself, like basically the generator. And this, for the oxygen, this is the oxygen that gives it to you. Now I would recommend not putting your tanks in here yet, and I'll show you why later on in the episode, maybe even near the end of the episode, why we should wait on that. So if you go into their cockpit here, hitting T, you can either hit Y or you can hit the P key and open an interface and turn on and off your ship. So right now it says how much power you have left, which is basically, this is I guess in 1 hour 59 minutes or 118.8 minutes for a bit more detail. And you can go and check all the different information about your ship and click it and turn it on and off things, which is quite lovely and detailed. So let's just double check. I think we got everything out of these cargo containers. So we can start crafting if you like. One of the first things I'm going to do is basically craft some basic materials. I'm going to leave metal plates out because I usually have quite a bit of metal plates, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to go and create a bunch of metal pieces, and I use these like crazy, honestly. I'm going to go as stupid as saying let's just create 50 of them. That's quite a bit. That'll use half of my iron. Wait. Is that 10 per metal piece or 5? Okay. I was making the wrong one, to be honest. We're not going to make that many. And there you go. It was this one I wanted to make many of. Metal components. So metal pieces, we probably have more than enough there. Metal components, you're going to need a lot of them. I'm going to say go for it and just create something stupid like 50. I know it sounds a little bizarre, but I think you'll use more than that later on. And we're going to create, just basically creating a few things that we're going to need over time. And I think that'll be good for now. These would be the metal plates. We can build a bunch of these as well. So while that's crafting, we are going to start working on salvaging our ship here. Now we could set up an oxygen system and a supply, but I'm not going to do that myself. I'm going to go and start salvaging my ship now. There's a couple of things that you don't want to salvage. The number one thing you don't want to salvage is your player faction. Then the second thing you don't want to salvage is your generator, your fuel tanks, your oxygen tank, your oxygen system there, and of course your constructor. If you destroy any of those, more than likely you will not be able to finish playing without dying and not being able to get anywhere, because the constructor itself, or not having power to the constructor, means game over. The oxygen system you could probably survive because you would respawn and be able to have a bit of oxygen again, but you know, if you're trying to play in a legitimate sense, you know, I'm not saying we're playing hardcore where we're going to delete our character or anything if we die, but if you want to stay alive as long as possible in that sense, then you don't want to get rid of your oxygen system. Now what I'm doing is using the drill here, and basically right clicking will dismantle the items from your ship. Now it doesn't give you the actual blocks back, but instead it gives you metal plates back, and of course mortars, pipes, etc., because one of those things was the thruster. Now this ship can never fly again, this pod. It basically it's enough to get on this planet, crash land basically, and never use again in a sense. So now that we're down here, we're going to just start dismantling this. Now remember, you want to make sure these cargo containers are empty, because at the time at least, I believe, if you break these, you don't have the items drop out of them. Instead, that is it. You're game over. So in a way, the base components, kind of like if you guys ever played Minecraft modded, and there is a mod called Industrial Craft. Yes, Industrial Craft. If you would pick things with a pick and not use the proper tool, you would actually go ahead and lose your, like, most of the components to it, but you would get like the machine block basically back for it. Which is like a core block for one of the building materials. Now here you do get all the materials back, but you do get the foundation basically blocks rather than, you know, being able to just place it again. And that's why if you accidentally disassemble your constructor, that's it. You have no constructor to rebuild it, because basically all these pieces have to be rebuilt in a constructor. And yeah, that's kind of sad because it's game over. So this is just a good way to get a lot of parts from it and recycle here, and we'll keep it here too for a while, and we'll use this for other things as well over time. There you go. Pretty cool. And so we can check in here and just keep this, you know, check the status of everything. So it's still building the metal components. It'll take a lot. I usually don't build this many metal components. We even get some, but trust me, we use so many of them. They'll drive you insane, and it's just better to build them in bulk right away than have to deal with it. Now this is my own personal, you know, playing and preference and, you know, whatnot. I would suggest playing at your own comfort level and, you know, learning from your own mistakes. Don't use this as like a tutorial. Use it as a guidance. I'm quite new myself. I have been playing this game for on and off for quite a while. This game has changed so much. Like over even the last couple months, this game has completely done like 360s in a way, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. It just shows that the development team is very actively developing the game, and a lot is going to change over time. By the way, make sure your inventory is not full. There is a chance, I don't know, I haven't really tested it, but I think you might lose the items if your inventory is full. Don't take my word for it. Pretty cool, huh? Do not take out your faction. As far as I know, when I've done that before, you lose your power and that's it. You're game over. There you go. It's probably not much more to take off. I mean, I could keep taking the rest of this off, but I'll probably just keep it on here for now. Because there's no need to like go completely dismantling it if you don't want to. because we got most of the materials we're going to need for now. These plates, we have so many of them now anyways, these ones here. So that'll be quite a bit. And these are still building, but we're getting there. Okay, so now things are going good here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them to build, this is Promethium pellets, which you can use to make these energy cells. And I'm going to go ahead and do those now. And we're going to go on a bit of an adventure right now ourselves. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So when you first start out, you crash and you will see a couple things detected in the distance. One promethium and one iron. Iron we'll need, but we'll probably have enough iron for now to build our basic base. Promethium, we probably will have enough, but because we have a bit of a downtime when we're doing so much crafting, let's go get some promethium. Plus, you kind of will need it. Probably one of the first things you'll need to get over time. So we'll work our way over here and start getting some promethium. These dinosaurs, I'm pretty sure, are all friendly. There is sometimes a not so friendly dinosaur that used to hang around here. I don't know if he's still around here these days, but we'll check it out and see. Oh, we found another material there. Neodymium. I can't say words. Oh, there he is. He is still here. Sometimes he's not here if you play long enough, I think. If, like, a day and night cycle might have happened, but... Now, you have to hit R to reload, so reload. Headshots do more damage, by the way. And there you go. So, yeah, he's basically like your introduction of badass little mob near you. And you can take his meat off of him. Now, the meat doesn't last long, 19 minutes. I don't know if I'll get anything up and running to be able to do anything with that meat, sadly, in that time, but no big deal. So this is the promethium. So we're going to is it left click? Yeah, left click. Yeah, left click. I'm trying to think. Am I left-handed, right-handed here? I'm learning. You want to left click, and this will start mining the promethium. And basically, this is the blue stuff here. Just go for the blue. Don't worry about anything else, because that's not what you want. And this will start dropping the promethium pellets, or ore, I guess, basically on the ground. Oh, it's kind of gone everywhere, and you can go around picking it. And I think this will yield maybe, what, 80 or so? Was this 80? I could be wrong. Maybe it is an 80. I don't know. Let's just pretend it's about 80 pellets. Or 80 ore, I should say. Okay. Now, this has a bit of a, I wouldn't say a bug, it's just not implemented yet, but it'll still say you have promethium there, or it'll show up there even if you don't have any more there, as far as I know. You can just go ahead and ignore that for now, and you'll just remember anyways. You should learn the lay of the land anyways, and know that, you know, over time that you had ran out of the actual stuff. So look at that. Nighttime is coming. The sun is going behind there. Basically, at the top right, you see there, it's 50, 49, 48, 47, 46. That is the countdown until the sun goes down. Yes, the sun is going down. And then it'll be nighttime. Isn't that beautiful? Game is phenomenally beautiful, to be honest. And there you go. Got the shadows coming in. And that's I've sprint so fast, or too much, that I ran out of stamina. So that's just an indicator with that beeping that we ran out of stamina. And so we can go in here, and you can see it's still building. We got fuel packs in the building here, which we'll use all that. And then, of course, we got 62. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought it was like 80 or so. Maybe it's up and down, depending. But either way, 62 is not bad. And that'll create us a lot of fuel over time. So yeah, kind of at first when you play, it's kind of a salvage simulator in a way. For fun, before it gets too dark, I'm going to go ahead and grab these guys here. I'm I'm not going to use these. Oh, you know what? These aren't... oh, these ones are matured enough. I guess they haven't grown anything on them yet. Just for use down the road. And I'm going to pick these up. These are the Alva or Airy whatever stuff. Basically, I'm going to use this not for what you think, for burns or whatever. No, that's more of a joke there. But I'm going to use it to store it somewhere for later use. It's kind of weird. But you can get, I forget what the term is, but basically mold or something like that. Basically spoiled, you let them spoil and then you can use them later on, I think to make things like antidotes, etc. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find that out in the near future. So for now, we're just going to put them down here. The constructor has a lot of inventory space, so it's actually kind of worth using it at the bottom if you want to just store random things like this. Because you can get away with it. Don't tell anyone, though. Thinking what else is around here. Is there any more? There's a big cluster of them, actually. Now, be careful. At night, more hostile creatures will spawn. Some nasty ones, even. So I don't want you guys to get owned your first night. You should be somewhat relatively safe, but keep your eye out that they do exist. We can actually put a light up to light up our area as well. You start with a work light. So this is building on the ground. You can hit the home key and switch angles and stuff like that. So we'll put it here, I guess. Looks like a pretty good aim there. So this will just light up things. That looks kind of cool. Give us a bit of light to work at night. So yeah, we're just creating some of these pipes, and then we'll create some of these fuel packs, and then we should be able to create some more of the advanced stuff. So we can start looking at, I guess, some certain calculations and stuff like that for that. Let's see, did we make any motors yet? Probably not. Put those in there, put those in there, put those in there. There we go. I think that'll get us started. And might as well put these down here because I'm pretty sure these will rot before we'll eat them. So, because we have no way of processing them at this time, that's why I'm saying they'll probably rot. Okay. So oxygen is getting a little low, so I'll show you how that works. You probably only want to put, you probably could get away, yeah, just do one at a time for now. The reason for that is when you bump into this, it fills up your oxygen. Now, the problem with this is, and I'll show you there, it won't eat part of a can. It will consume the entire container, and then when you bump into it, when you get a little lower, it will not give you the remaining of it. It'll just literally have eaten the amount you put in there. So you want to keep an eye on that because you don't want to, of course, purposely go ahead and start wasting all your oxygen while you're standing near the output there, and that can be pretty devastating over time. Okay, so we want to start building a base. Now, a base is going to require a lot of things like a foundation, etc. One of the things that you want to probably build is a large construction setup here, which there's one here. But before we even get to that, you're probably going to want some power because your base will require power now. There's the small power tank or this fuel tank. It's like, which one do you pick, you know? This one's a little more expensive, so you probably go to this one, you know, or whatever. Actually, you do want to go for this. Basically, you want to look for the CV slash BA, basically, which is base or the big, like ground base or the big ships like you have up in the sky, not the ones that you would fly around the planet. And the SV is like the small vehicle, the small ship, and the GV is the ground vehicles. So this is for the small stuff on the ground, and this is for the big stuff like your base or the big ship in the sky, like capital ship sort of style. So we're going to make one of these because, of course, that's what we want. And then we're going to want to make this thing. So we're going to need to make a capacitor device and a reactor core. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to look for this capacitor device. There you go. Make two of those. And then we're going to make this reactor one. Now, we might run out of some basic materials, so we might need to, we might not be able to make the reactor core from the, you know, one shot here, but we'll see. Light works out pretty good. You can see the shadows from this. Isn't that cool? Now, you don't have, it doesn't have our shadowing. That'd be spooky, because, like, You put this all around your base, and all of a sudden, it's like your lights are kind of going on and off because like a mob is hiding behind it. I don't know if that's something that they're going to consider down the road, but right now, I'm just saying it doesn't, you know, clearly doesn't have quite that dynamic shadowing. Okay, or dynamic lights. I don't know which one you would consider it under. Probably lights, I guess, would be the better term. So, we're making the reactor core. And then, yeah, it looks like we successfully did that. So then we can make the generator itself. Now, we'll build the base for the next episode. We're just basically getting started for that episode. So there is the generator. So we basically have everything technically to power up the base. But then we'll want things like, for example, the large constructor. So we're going to need some motors. It wants 2 of them. So we'll go over here and create 2 motors. Or actually, we already have 1, so we'll create 1 for now. We'll probably need 2 later, but might as well just do what we have. Do inch by inch here. And you could set up right now, I'll just tell you, because I'm going to wait till the next episode, but you can place down an oxygen generator in the water, and then give it the fuel cells, and then basically it'll create oxygen bottles if you're worried to run out. You shouldn't run out at this point. You should have more than enough oxygen to easily, comfortably do what you need to do here. But of course, as a new player, I know it's overwhelming, but if you're watching me play, then you'll probably learn more than, you'll probably know more than I at the end of this, let's put it that way. Because I'm usually the derpy one, and everyone is more observant, and they're like, oh, I'll do this, you know. I should change the channel to like the derpy gamer kind of thing. So now we're building the motor, and then what we're building with that, was it the large construction unit? Oh, we need 2 computers. Was that what we were trying to build? I thought we were building something else as well. Okay, let's go for large construction unit. So we're going to need 2 computers. So that's these puppies right here, 1, 2. So we can put this on our hotbar so we can have them in ease for next time. And here's the tank itself. Perfect. Put these up here, I guess. There you go. And then, hopefully, we have what we need for this puppy. So CVBA, I've accidentally made these before. Not a big deal. You just place them on your small ship, deconstruct them, and get the raw materials back again. I shouldn't say raw, but the, you know, this kind of stuff down here. And there we go. So this is a large constructor. It'll actually have more constructing options because we don't actually have everything to build our base to start with. Well, we have everything to build the base, but we don't have things like, for example, oxygen tank, like the big one, and the oxygen, the thing that you step in to give you the oxygen, for example, isn't created on the small constructor. This is called the small constructor. It's created in the big constructor, for example. And that's why we're building that for sure, as well as the food processor, which would actually process this food, which, I mean, perish time, 12 minutes, actually. Yeah, I won't worry about it, because by the time we do the next episode, they'll probably be gone, but we would be able to cook that food, for example. But we do have ration packs, which are good. You can use them. I would suggest using them when your food is very, very low, because these ration packs do quite a big chunk at once, so keep that in mind. And you can see this thing takes quite a little while to finish here. See, we're already down to 69 of these components. I told you it would go down through them quite fast. It's kind of nice experience, I guess, over time. It's taught me that. I haven't really played. Okay, so we got that done, which is great. So that's our power and everything done there. Like I said, we can't really do any of the oxygen and stuff like that. So what else would we have left for that base? I say getting a cargo container or 2 is probably actually kind of important. So we'll get 2 of those made. That way we have them to store items in it, and life is a little easier. And then from there, I think the biggest, most important thing is we're going to need... just going to make sure... Actually, we could use some lights too, but we'll you know what? Maybe I will. We got some of those glass plates, actually. Which one is that? The glow light. GV, SV, BA. You know what? We'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I think we had, yeah, we have those panels that we got from our windshield, basically. So that'll be good so we can light up our little base. Better than using these. These are good to, like, kind of outside light it up, but for inside the base, this will be good. And now we'll go kind of crazy with basically just creating a ton and a ton of these blocks here, which is the halls. And the reason for these is you're going to use them for building your foundation and as well as building your walls, etc. over time. There's a truss block too, which uses just one, and it has like less armor, half the armor basically, half the hit points. Oh, actually not too many. Yeah, odd. But yeah, we'll create, I guess it's like for design more than anything. So we're gonna create, you know, 10. Oh crap! You know what happened? I think we ran out of power. That's good. We saw what happens when you run out of power. So we're going to go in here, and this is why you want to build that power, because if you didn't have these, the ones that we harvest, we really didn't need them right away, but if you didn't process what we had, you would have run out of power, and that's it. It would have been game over. If you didn't have enough, it would have been game over, because you had no power to power even the new stuff, so that would be kind of it. Actually, I think, I'm not 100% sure. Actually, I think you can get away. Let me give you a little secret here if I'm right about this. This is for the power storage, right? Right here. I believe the component is, oh, it's not made out of, this is one metal, one cable, one electronic. Oh, okay. I thought for some reason this was made with one of those fuel packs, but maybe it's not. Huh. Okay, guys and girls, so I think that'll wrap it up for this episode. I'll make more of these anyways, because I think they're good. This will get us up and into our base as well. So we'll continue next time, and we will actually be building our base itself, which will be really exciting. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. We'll see you wonderful people next time.